up, son? Put your clothes on with your little fresh self. Yeah.
All right. So for
What are we doing now? The audio?
no,
Did you do the audio?
what am I going to say? What happens when I close it? Just say,
It's lots of dead. Do you walk home? Since you just walk home.
I mean, I can stop it if you, but it's live, so if you want to start sharing, grab your phone, start sharing it, but just walk over and sit down.
No. So let's share from here for a while. Let me over here. Remember copy the link? You just put it on your Facebook and stuff. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
You got 5 already flashing. That's the beginning. That's ready.
Wow. The Crystal Feliciano show. You can put it in your Instagram. You can put it in your bio. So people look at it. Mhm.
I really want to do let's get started because people are probably like, okay.
Oh, wait a minute. She's. Let her get her people going. Go ahead. Don't show too much of that.
Do you understand?
I don't want people saying you walk in. Yeah, I want to see. I want to read. I want to listen to that. Hey, y'all, listen. Go live on YouTube to the Crystal Feliciano show. Ben Band is in the building, honey, and we are about to blow up the spot. We in Newark, New Jersey, and we about to throw down. Go live. The Crystal Feliciano show. CRYSTAL, F is in Frank, ELICIANO. Crystal Feliciano show. Let's get busy, y'all. It's time to go to work. What's that? So there's another one?
Put it up.
No, we put the other one up. up to Newark, New Jersey, just to meet our guest for tonight. Yes, you see who it is, live and direct right here, Newark, NJ. It is the one and only Shakira Ben. Listen, child, I'm tired. When I told people, look, I'm going up to Newark to go see Ben Bad, they said, Newark, why you going all the way up to Newark? I said, because I'm trying to be able to go home and be all right tonight. Because she got Trenton smoking, okay? Smoking. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Listen, I just want to thank you. I know, and I want to thank you so much, for agreeing to meet with me so we can have this conversation with each other, right? And we want to thank the hotel for hooking us up with this beautiful accommodation and everything. Shout out to you, but we're not revealing that either, right? Y'all know why. But listen. So you have quite a stir going on in the city of Trenton, a little bit beyond Trenton, but you have quite a stir going on. You are known as the next, you just a sensational person that has come to the forefront and taken the world by storm. Period.
Yes.
But so for those that don't know, I just want to drop a little bit of history on this young lady right here. So Ben Bad came to the surface as someone who came forward as a transgender, right?
Yes.
Who exposed to everyone some names about some people that she had relations with, right?
Yes.
That shocked America just about, right? I was sitting there like, my Lord. I was listening close. I ain't even gonna hold you. Listen, I'm gonna go there 1 second. One time you was talking about, and what's the photographer name? I got nervous. I had to listen real close. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was like, oh snap. But God is good, and we're good. So listen. Y'all know y'all was watching and listening too. You know you was. Y'all watching and listening now. So here's the thing though. We wanted to take it just on another angle, right? And just getting to know who Shakira Ben Bad is. And so if you don't mind, we just like to talk to you tonight, about that and talk about who you are for real.
All right.
Right? And so if you don't mind, just tell us, so when you were birthed, when you were born, you were born as a male.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And then, so like what happened? So you were born as a male and then?
Well, I was born as a male. It was a mistake, obviously. When my mom was pregnant with me, she was told that she was having a girl. So my mom went out, she bought all this girl clothes, and when I came out, I wasn't in a girl's body. So my mom had to give all that stuff away.
Okay.
From there, as a child, it was very obvious to my family, I was different, just by the way I walked, the way I talked, and so when I was young, we as kids, you with your siblings and your family and your stuff, you play house. I always wanted to be the mom. I had to put t-shirts on my head and sneak on my mom heels and stuff. My mom caught me at 3 years old walking in her heels in the house.
Okay. And
with lipstick on my lips. So I think that from there I always knew that, I wasn't in the right body.
Okay. And so then when did you really discover, so you move forward in your youth, you were dressing up and doing things, but as a teenager or young adolescent, when did all of it come full circle
13,
for you?
Okay, well, as a kid, I tried to date girls because I was under the impression that was the right thing, that a boy's supposed to date a girl. But I found myself always still attracted to the boys that was in my school, girl. So I had a sleepover one time, and I invited and I had to invite a couple of the boys from school. So I picked all the cute boys from school, and I invited them to the sleepover. We went to the movies and stuff.
Okay.
And later on that day, we was playing Truth.
Oh my
we
God.
was playing Truth and Dare, and we was kissing and doing all that stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. So to make a long story short, when I got to 13, was the first time I dressed up as a girl, And one of my friends, you know, they did my makeup and stuff like that. And I like what I seen, and I was like, I felt better like that. I wanted to go outside, my little jean dress on, and you know, I just felt comfortable going outside like that. So
Okay.
yeah.
And so now we got 13. You got comfortable. You wanted to.
I was sneaking doing it. My mom wasn't aware of her, so I was sneaking and doing it. And my mom worked at 10 at night to 6 in the morning.
Okay.
So while she was at night, I would go in my sister's room and get one of her little dresses or outfits and stuff, and I would put it on with the little wig I had.
Okay.
And I would like sneak outside, and like I would just walk around the neighborhood. And that was the only time I could.
From 10 at night to 6 in the morning.
No, not the whole night.
Not like I got some heels on, a wig, and a dress, and I'm out.
So it was like, you know, I would do it, but it was like sneaking and doing it.
Okay.
And I went like a whole year doing that before I got caught. That's the crazy part.
So how'd you get caught? Like, who caught you?
Okay. So the first time I got caught, my stepdad, he was like happily driving down the street, and I was walking up the street. He see me, honey. He did a U-turn, made me get in the car, and took me in the house. And my mom was asleep, and baby, my mom went off, honey. She went off. Yeah.
It was a hot night in the city.
Yeah, she snatched my wig off and everything. She snatched the wig off and everything.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we move on, you know, past that. So you were dressing up, you know, like a girl. That I'm a girl, or that I want to be a girl, or this is the lifestyle that I choose. Like, how did that go? When did you start actually dating guys?
Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie. I first ever dated a guy who was at the Boys and Girls Club. I was a kid. My best friend for 20 years was my first ever boyfriend.
Okay.
So me and him. So I remember, like, we was on the phone one day, and he was describing the person that he had a crush on, and everything he was describing is what I was wearing. And it was weird for me. Like, we only dated for like 2 days, and I had to end that relationship, because for me it was still weird. But fully dating a guy, like being in an open relationship with a guy when I was 18 years old.
Okay. So now, and so at that time, you were dressing up like a woman.
Yes.
Still with your male parts.
Yes.
And the guy was a guy who knew that you were a guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so they knew.
Okay. So,
and I don't even want to say, not to cut you off, what you were. Yeah. It was who you were. Because you're not a thing.
Right.
You never were a thing. You're a person. So it was, you knew who you were. So go ahead.
So, during them years, I never was the relationship type. Like, everybody in my crew always had relationships and stuff. And me, I think I was just a fast one, but I wouldn't be settled down to a guy. So I didn't get my first relationship till I was 18, and you know, we was in a full relationship and stuff like that, but the relationship didn't work out. But it was my first time dating, like, in an open relationships to everybody.
Okay. So now, what does that do for like self-esteem? So let's just get with it, because I know, you know, the LGBTQ community is plagued with a lot of people who don't understand.
Right.
They want to talk down about it. They don't want to accept the people. You know what I'm saying? They ridicule and everything. How was your self-esteem with everything?
I dealt with self-esteem for a very, very, very long time. I think I always had, like, you know, from the outside they saw me, you know, I had a pretty face, dimples and stuff like that. Growing up, I had bad acne. So that was like one of my biggest downfalls. You know, I used to be like, I hated my face. I hated the bumps. I hated the acne. You know, then not only that, I was in with self-esteem that I couldn't be who I was. So I had a sister, and, you know, I wanted to be my sister. I felt that was supposed to be me. So, you know, I dealt with all that self-esteem all as in one, because when I got picked on for the bad acne, you know, other kids around me and teenagers around me had better skin and stuff like that, and they always pointed out my bumps and stuff. And so for me, I always felt ugly. Honestly, my self-esteem didn't just come up. So probably a couple of years ago, I was happening to be in jail. When you're in jail, you strip from everything. And I'm already on my moans, and I have, you know, the body and everything. And the boys in jail, you know, just went crazy on me. Like, every time they see me, COs and stuff was like so awe with me. So I had to look in the mirror and really see my self-beauty.
So wait a minute. So you were taking the hormones, you said, when you was in jail.
Well, I started before I went to jail, but it continued in jail.
So did you have the surgery before or
No,
after?
I didn't. After I came home from jail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you had breasts and stuff while you were in jail, but still had a penis.
Yeah.
And so everybody saw, and it was just like,
You know, they used to be trying to
Which
figure out
one
what
was
is this
the-
girl doing inside this man jail.
Right, what are we
you know,
doing?
Because like, you know, a lot of people just so, like I said, amazed. I'm not an ugly girl, but
Right.
so you
right,
know.
right, very attractive. very
Yeah,
attractive.
so like it was like weird for me too, because like, you know, at first when it was strip searches and stuff, you know, I'm taking everything off. I'm having breasts and everything else, where the
Yeah.
other guys don't have
It's just
all that.
flat, and they looking at you like,
right. So
which one doesn't belong?
yeah, so but going to other jails, it was other transgenders that had breasts and stuff in these other jails during my time. So it was like it was just a weird situation for me. Like they didn't look like me, but you know they had the breasts and stuff. Like it was like, you know, weird. It was just like weird for me because you know, like I said, I was house with men, around men and stuff like that. But then I had all this, so it was like weird. But
So let me ask you this: so while you were in jail, and you had your physique, you know, as a woman, were you ever compromised in a way where, like, you know how you hear the stories about people basically raping folks in jail? Were you ever taken advantage of in jail?
oh
or
well,
was
I
it-
had a situation. Okay, it was a guy that was he's from Trenton, New Jersey.
Okay.
And, you know, so he got wind of that I was from Trenton, you know, he started being nice to me, giving me stuff and all that other stuff, you know, pretending to, I'm going to be like your cousin, I'm going to take out for you, anybody mess with you, coming to me,
Right.
that type of route. So he pulled some stunts, got me in his room, you know, he was nice and stuff in the beginning. We was having sex, so I would lie and say we wasn't, you know, I was very attracted to him, and he was very attracted to me, and then at that time, I had a boyfriend on the street, so I will never forget, it was my birthday, and the boy, you know, made me a nice card and a birthday drink and a birthday meal. And he said, so what's your plans, you know, for you, now that you're such and such age? And I was like, well, you know, the work out my relationship with Elijah, blah, 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 all this stuff. And honey, he went from 0 to 100. He choked me out, bit me out.
In the jail?
Yes, honey. He choked me out.
Where was the guard? Like, where do they
It was
be?
nighttime, so you know the guards.
Where was the guard?
They supposed to do like. They supposed to do like. They supposed to do their
That's a
round.
whole other issue. Where
Yeah,
were the
they supposed to be
guards?
doing a round like
Yeah.
every 15 minutes, honey.
Right.
In that 15 minutes, I was unconscious, bloody face,
Oh, wait.
hair all messed up. Yeah, he choked me unconscious and bit me in my face. And I believe if the guards didn't come at time, he was going, because he was asking for sex that night, and I was denying it to him. So I believe if the guard didn't come, the guard actually heard the rumbling. I guess
Yeah.
I wasn't really. I was like, you know, trying to fight back, but I remember everything going black. And when I woke up, I couldn't move my body at first. I hear the guards like saying, "Smith, come to the door." I couldn't move. They had to bring a wheelchair to,
How they gonna tell you to come to the door and you lay down unconscious?
because they already got him.
Get
out
up
of
and
the-
come to the door. Where
Yeah,
am
they
I
wasn't
going?
saying like
I'm
that, but
laying
they thought I
down.
was dead. Honestly,
And they was telling you to get out?
they were scared to come in the cell in the jail system.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. I got issues with everything you just said. So they thought you was dead and was scared to come in.
They
to
still had
get
him in
you.
the cell, so they trying to get him to come first. And once they got him out,
Oh,
they like, is she dead? I heard them saying that.
okay, okay.
And when I opened my eyes, they told me to get up, but my legs and nothing went.
You couldn't move.
Like my body, I guess, was still in shock. I don't know.
Wow. My goodness. Okay. So we moved past the jail, so now you're out, right? How's your family life with all of this? You know, you're incarcerated. Can I ask why you were incarcerated?
Back then I was I had aggravated assault. I had busted a guy in the head with a crowbar because he was trying to attack me.
Okay.
So you know, I defended myself in
Yeah.
that situation. I had something. It was I had allowed somebody to put a check in my account, and back then I did like check scams and stuff like that. So.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So if I ever need a loan, it's cash.
No, I don't do that stuff.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just
you
get
just do
cash.
loan.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, we not.
you gotta do cash.
Yeah,
only.
cash only.
Right.
No, it's all good. Listen, things happen, right?
Right.
And we grow and we learn from
Yeah, I
our
learned.
mistakes along the way.
But you know, like I'm not gonna lie, I did my first jail bid was easy for me being my first jail bid. I was just a regular gay boy, right? And the COs and stuff, they all loved me in that first bid. So I didn't learn nothing. I had my family, they was there, keeping money in my books,
Yeah.
everything. So you know, I didn't mind going back to jail if I had to. So the second time, It was my family was there. It was the female COs. They treated me very badly because I felt threatened by me because they was. You always hear male COs and the male inmates always talk about how nice looking I was and complimenting me and babying me. And the female COs just couldn't take it, so they would call me he and fag and things like that when they argue with me. But they couldn't argue with me because I read them from filth, honey. My mouth was like fishes. I let them know what they look like, what they is, and everything else. So
yes. Yeah. Okay. So now you got out, and you're out here and you're doing your thing. So what is life like for Ben Bad? So you get out of jail.
No, before that you were saying my family. You was asking something about the family. Like,
I'm sorry. So how were they receptive of you when you got out? What is life like for you now? You get out of jail. Is your family there with open arms?
Let me tell you, I always, this is how my life always been. I always had a closer relationship with my mother's side because, that's who I raised up with. That's who I grew up with. That's who, my mom and my aunt, they are like the only two sisters, right?
Okay.
And they always kept us all in the same house together before they ventured off and got their own home. So, all my cousins and us, we all close on that side. When it came to my dad's side, my dad was in and out of jail for the crimes and things that he have committed. So, with that, I was always close with my grandma. Like me and my grandma was all very close till she passed away. But I never had a relationship with my cousins and stuff like that on my dad's side because they bullied me growing up. That always been something that bothered me. They always bullied me. They always said mean stuff to me when I went over there on the weekends and stuff like that. And I just never had a chance. I didn't have a relationship with them. So when I came home, my mom's side, it was decided, my grandma was decided. But I didn't really F with the other side like that, my dad's side. And and it's still like that to this day. So.
Wow. Would you like a relationship or are you just kind of over it?
Well, for so long, I used to always just want a relationship with these people. I just wanted them to love me. I'm not the only gay person in the family.
Right.
So it was like, what make y'all treat me any different? I have a gay cousin. She's a girl. They don't treat her any different. So for me, it always was,
why me?
It was shady, like real shady. And it's like, it hurted me because you're my family. So for so long, I bit my tongue. But then I'm to the point now, and it's like, F you, I don't need you.
But now.
Yeah, but now,
it's
like I'm grown. I have grew to love myself. I have grown to know that those cousins that bullied me dealt with a lot of jealousy of themselves. Because why would you want to put me down? And the stuff they used to say to me as a kid that you shouldn't have said, like, y'all teamed up to make me, and I'm younger than all of them, let's be honest. So they used to say this mean stuff to me, make me go home and cry and hate myself and feel that stuff. So now that I'm older, I terrorize those just every chance I get. So if I gotta read them, I read them. If I gotta talk bad about it, I don't care because they did it to me for so long. And at times I could be so petty. And not one of them ever said, I apologize. Because if I can remember it, I'm sure that they can remember it. And it goes deeper than that. Like they judge me, but I was molested by one of my family members that's, part of that family. And, for so long I kept that in because I was always afraid to talk. And, I was always afraid. I always wanted to tell my grandma. But, certain stuff like that you can't really talk to my grandma about at that time because, they always said my grandma had her fave five and her favorite five and things like that. So it was like, how can you tell her about something that's part of her favorite five?
Wow. Was it a male family member?
Yes.
Did that have anything? But that had nothing to do with.
No, because he wasn't the only person that had abused me. I was abused by, on my mom's side, my boyfriend. He at the time, her baby dad molested me as a child as well. So, and I was like 7 when that happened. So I won't say that is the reason why I'm like this, because I, in my heart, really believe I was born like this. But I will say that when you look at somebody as a father figure, because your father's not there and that person abused you and stuff, that's part of the reason why I have a hard time trusting people, and that's part of the reason why I am half of the way I am with my whole attitude and the way I am to other people.
Wow. Okay. So we'll just keep diving a little bit further. I'm gonna ask you one more, and then we're gonna break for a quick commercial break. And like you said about the molestation and things being taboo, like you're not supposed to talk about stuff and how you deal with that and moving forward. And then the anger, probably you held a lot of anger. Did that affect you in school at all? Did that affect your performance?
In school, I was always suspended because I was always either fighting or I would lash out and tear up a classroom. Or you know, I never can stay in school, so I had to get sent to behavior school. Not because I wasn't retarded or I couldn't do the work, because I'm very smart
Right.
and stuff. It was my behavior. I was angry. I
Lashing
needed an
out.
outlet. So what my outlet was, I would tear something up. And sometimes I still do that to this day.
Okay.
A person could make me angry, and I lash out and do certain things that I'm supposed to do. So that's how it was for me, like in school.
Okay.
Because, you know, I had nobody to really talk to. My dad was not there as a father figure. All I always wanted was, like, my dad to be there. My dad to say, I love you, you know. Just to hear him say the other day, it's like, all these years, like, you should have been telling me that.
Wow.
You made me feel like I have a sister that's gay on my dad's side. And that's his favorite child. But what made you feel that she was any better than me? We both the same lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, you know, it took for her to be who she is, for him to say, oh, I have to accept, you know, no, you don't have to accept me because you accept her. Because I still won't F with you. Because I don't do fakeness. So if you're going to love me for me. Don't love me because you love her and she's that way. Love
Right.
me because you love me as your child and this is who I am.
Wow. So did you end up finishing high school?
Yes, I finished high school. I had finished high school. I got my high school diploma. I even
Okay.
went to college for a little bit, and then I stopped.
Okay.
So-
Wow, good. Listen, this is all interesting. It's a whole other side of Ben Bad, right?
Right,
It's
yeah.
the Ben Bad Chronicles, right? Live and
Right,
direct
right.
here.
Period.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. Listen, everybody, I'm Crystal Feliciano. It's the Crystal Feliciano Show. Tonight we have the pleasure of interviewing the one and only Shakira Ben Bad. So far, it's been a good take, right?
Right.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to continue to press forward with this interview. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I am not a bad man, but I was always gonna be who I am.
Can I go grab a sip of my soda?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got some time.
I've lived and worked in the city for most of my life. A city with a rich and extensive history that's often overlooked and unappreciated due to the busy, frenetic activity of everyday life. A city overshadowed by an unsavory reputation, ambivalence, or disdain. Where the dweller's struggles and the visitor's fears interplay to sustain an uneasiness that is felt by everyone.
Hey, Bob. How you doing? Great to be alive at the State Barbershop. Hell yeah. Don't worry about nothing.
Yet if you make the effort to look, you quickly find that among the overall subjective darkness, there are places so positively bright that will bring you back over and over again. Places where the energy will fill you with a feel-good worth experiencing regularly and often. And when you find one of these places, like I have, support and nurture them accordingly so that others may enjoy them for many years to come.
Hey, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you too, man. Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you. What's going on, man? Nice to see you.
Just in time for 7-Eleven. Glasses up, everybody. Here at 1911, small counts. Every day at 1911, we do a toast. Welcome everybody to it. Thank you. Anybody celebrating anything today?
Today we're going to celebrate my favorite spots in downtown Trenton.
Glasses up.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Hey everybody, it's Crystal Feliciano. We're back here at the Crystal Feliciano Show with the one and only Shakira Been Bad. Hey now.
Happy man, yes.
Listen, so, you gave us a lot to really think about and a lot to digest. And so I just want to skip back for a minute. So you left off at the fact of what childhood was like, right? And school and being incarcerated, getting out. You did finish school, so we're glad to hear that. But I just want to skip back again to the time that you were in jail.
Okay.
And I want to talk about some of the things that you experienced. You told us about the person who you were with that nearly killed you, basically.
Yeah.
But what else did you experience as a transgender while you were in jail? And if there were any kinds of ill treatment, was it because you were an inmate or was it because you were transgender?
It was because I was transgender.
Okay.
And it wasn't just me, it was others, that was there. But I was only, like how I am now, like speak out and speak up. I was like that in the jail. Well, rest of them was afraid to speak up. But I didn't mind because I had a support system. My grandma was nothing to play with.
Okay.
My grandma on my dad's side, like she knew all the top people to contact.
Okay.
And she, she coming for you. So I didn't mind speaking up. But in that jail system, like I said, it was always harassment. I had to get transferred from jail to jail to jail to jail. Because it's like, if I'm at one jail, you have a sergeant or lieutenant. That I was at one jail called Annandale, and their populated of the officers are white, and they was just already very nasty to black inmates, period. But being a black transgender inmate, they was very nasty. They used to say very sexual comments to me. They used to harass me. They used to they even planted a razor blade inside my room to get me locked up and put in the hole. They did things like that, and they bothered me. I used to always reach out to administration, call the ombudsman. I used to do stuff like that, and my family had to call and get me out of that jail. And then I went to Northern State Prison. I thought that I would have the problem with the inmates because, Northern State Prison used to be known as the gang jail where they sent all the gang members. It wasn't them I had a problem with. I had a problem with the female COs who sat there and, they would call you faggot and call you those names, and they would cover stuff up and lie on you and get you put in a hole and stuff like that. No administration, you write them. They don't stick up for you. They put me in a cell one time with this guy, and he died the next day in my cell. I was in the cell with this dead body the whole time. I didn't know he was dead, but because, I'm thinking he's asleep. I don't know this man. I just got in the room with him last night. The COs, he was dead for a whole shift. And those COs didn't know he was dead to the next shift. It took for a sergeant to come around through his check for them to realize this man didn't answer. I said, well, he been like that the whole day. He was dead the whole time. I seen officers, kill inmates and beat them up, harass all of us transgenders and LGBTs. And it used to be people that say, when you go home, you gotta speak about this. And I would be like, if I don't speak about this now, this will continue to happen. Strip searches and stuff, they humiliate, they embarrassing you, making you strip in front of the other male inmates so they can look at your body and stuff, putting you in a dangerous situation, putting you in, make fun of. COs and stuff will sexually make comments about my body and stuff. And just like, it was just inappropriate. And it's like every time I reported and stuff, nothing got done. And literally used to take my grandma to threaten to sue these people for them to do something. I seen them beat up gay inmates and call, like, make these gay, they would get other inmates to harm and do other dangerous things to gay inmates, no matter if he was a transgender or a gay man. So, you know, people think we love jail, we so safe in jail because you're around men all day. No, you're not. You had COs that would allow a straight man to harm you, and they would cover up for them because they cool with this. In Newark, when I was in Newark, you know, being here in Newark, it gave me a flashback of when I was there, because they went in that jail. A lot of the guys from Newark worked in that jail, and they cousins, homies, whatever the case might be. You had COs that was bloods and everything. So it was just like a dangerous situation. And I said to myself, I got my knees and I prayed to God. And I ain't never prayed to God. I prayed to him that night because I got my knees. And I said, God, when I get out of here, I will never come back to prison. And it's been going on 2 years now, and I have not been back because I meant it. And I told my grandma, I said, Grandma, I would never go back there. Wow. I said, the way those people treated me, they made me know that I can never come back here, ever, because I would have died there. Because I have a mouth where you can't talk to me in this type of way. I'm going to say something back. I have that type of personality, and they didn't like that about me.
My God.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
So to be in a cell with a dead person all day, I mean, that must have been, yeah, I was going to say, that must have been kind of traumatizing.
My whole life on the streets, I never seen a dead body.
Right.
Because I was never really the type to run the streets.
Okay.
Right? So, to be in a cell with a guy, and you know, the COs, they joked about it. It was like, oh, you gave that man a heart attack. They made me feel like I killed him. Like, you know.
So they were trying to say something.
Like, for me, looking the way I did and stuff, that I did that to that man. And I really believed that at first. Like, I gave that man a heart attack. And that's how I felt.
Wow.
And, you know, they didn't make it no better. For the weekend, they locked me in a cell where I was locked in there for 24 hours. Said they was doing an evaluation, making sure I wasn't going to hurt myself because this man is dead. This is procedures, all this other stuff. Ain't no counselor come and talk to me or anything. So what procedure was that?
So, I mean, so you didn't get crisis counseling
No.
to have even seen or witnessed or even been around that?
No.
They don't. Do they even have that in jail for some people? Or they
I mean, if
just
your
chose not to
family
give it to you?
died. But then I seen other situations where people was in a room with a roommate and their roommate died. They got that session. I feel like it was me. Like, transgenders and LGBTs is discriminated so much they don't make no sense. I had an incident today on my way coming here to Newark in the train station where a guy threatened me inside the train station. And me trying to tell the officer what's going on and stuff like that, he tried to like be rude. So I had to go to his captain and stuff. Because I'm a type, I don't stop, so I make sure. I went to Eternal Affairs on him and everything today. Because, you know, cops, you know, once you tell them what's going on and who you are, they try to be funny. And that's what's wrong with the police department now. And, you know, to go back to the transgender who was just murdered early this year in her car. They didn't dress her as a transgender, they dressed her as a man with a wig on. So, you know, they don't care about transgenders. You know, the same like officers that say, oh yeah, you know, thank you for saving our streets, there haven't been no shooting and all that stuff. Right now, if I was murdered, they would you think they would really investigate my murder like that? The transgender that was just murdered in Philadelphia, they still haven't found the person that killed her.
That's deep. So now, you've said a lot. Because the police are supposed to protect and serve no matter what.
I went off today. I said,
yeah,
you're supposed to protect
the police are supposed to protect
while
and
I'm
serve.
here. Right.
You know, and so, you know, my heart goes out. I've never been a discriminatory type of person. I have very good friends of mine that are homosexual, women and men. And in getting to know you, you know what, we cool, right? I love all people. It shouldn't be like that. But to actually be discriminated against, hell, I'm discriminated against because I'm a black, educated woman. People don't like that. So now I can only imagine what you feel and others that are transgenders or homosexuals would possibly feel with people looking funny, treating you funny, and in a place where you're supposed to be treated equally, right? Even though jail's not a fun place to be, to actually be fearful in jail because the people that are supposed to be watching you and protecting you are actually moving against you.
Well,
That's some
what's
crazy
so crazy
stuff.
to me? Men COs was so, like, even like, say for example, so you, like you said, see, you'll think men are so secure and comfortable with themselves. You be in line, the next person behind you will be way back there. Like, boy, standing behind me don't make you gay. Or a CO, when you come out, oh, when they put a gay person on a unit, the CO acting all extra and stuff. Like, those type of ones, I know that are gay. I see right through it. They don't work for me. Like, because a man that's secure with himself don't do all that extra stuff.
He can
He's
move
not
how he
intimidating.
gonna move.
I was around guys in jail that were secure with themselves.
It wouldn't matter.
They didn't mind. They didn't mind sitting at the same table with me. They didn't mind
Right.
standing behind me. They didn't mind playing cards with me because you know why? They knew who they was. So that's why, you know, it make me sick when men be so extra and like, come on now. This is not the first time. Everybody has somebody gay in their family, or you know somebody that's gay,
That's
or
right.
you know a transgender. So when they act like it's so new to them and it's like that, come on now, it just tell it all for me.
Wow. So now let's just jump ahead for a minute, right? Since you said that secure in yourself. So lately, you know, you came out and you did your expose that you've been talking about some people who were supposed to be straight men who actually had sex with you and other transgenders that they're not exactly.
And gay men, not just transgender.
Okay, and gay men, right. And gay men as well. So they're not as straight as they would like everyone to think.
Right.
And so now the women are upset. How dare you? How dare you come forward and put these men on blast? How you feel about that?
Listen, I feel like any female that got upset about me exposing these men are as dumb as I say they are. And the reason why I say that is because why would you be mad at me for keeping it real, for telling you that the man that you're sleeping with, the man that you are faithful with, the man that you're cooking for, riding for, doing all this stuff for, is out here cheating on you with a transgender or a man? They lying to you, because for us, you know, we who we are.
You know
they,
what it
yeah,
is.
They coming home lying to you every day, kissing you, doing all this stuff to you, after they just left my house or left somebody else's house or somebody else's hotel room or whatever the case might be. And you want to beef with me and fight me and come for me and make statuses about me for being honest, and you want to throw shots and stuff. Your self-esteem as low as I say it is. And you know, when I say, are you stupid or you dumb, that really go for them, because why are you mad at me? You should be thanking me. You should be happy that I finally spoke up, because nobody else was going to speak up about this.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm going to tell you why they mad. Because you wrecked the fantasy. See, we as women get caught up in what we want to have. And everyone wants to have the ideal relationship. Everyone wants to have that perfect relationship where I love my man and he loves me and only me. And that's facts, right? Now here you come destroying the fantasy of what's going on, because in reality, what the man is giving her is a fantasy. Because his reality is that when he done with her and he go out to go and meet with you, it's you that he's trying to get to, because it's you, if I'm not mistaken, you have exchanged funds to be with you, correct?
Right, but let me tell you what I have learned with a lot of guys. They said a lot of guys say they love a transgender, a transsexual, because a transsexual could build herself to the woman she want to be. So meaning, as a transsexual,
that's deep.
Let's be honest. So if I want a big butt, I'll go get my butt. I'll go get my breast done. If you go back to time way before females started wearing all this long weave and stuff, transsexuals was doing it. The long nails, the long hair. Go back and look at RuPaul and all them back then, right?
But a woman could go get a big butt too.
But listen to what I'm saying. So with a man, it is a man like that fantasy of a man that look like a woman, but you still have that extra stuff. A lot
so
of
they
men,
just want. I got you. Okay,
yeah.
so they just want.
A lot of people are amazed by that. Oh, you a man, and you know, a lot of men like, well, how you a man and you look better than like half of these females, you know? And when you are a pretty sexy body, bad chick, but you really, you know, that a lot of men are amazed by that, and a lot of men is turned on by that. You know, you even heard Biggie say he'd rather do RuPaul than do whatever chicks he named in that song, right or wrong. So at the end of the day, a lot of men like trans one, because it's best of both worlds. Let's be honest, it's the best of both worlds for them. And what I have noticed about this generation, that like my generation and the generation that's coming up, that a lot of these men they play. You know why they play? Because gays are coming out more and more and more out the word out of it, and a lot of men. It's crazy. I had a guy today approached me when I was in Philly, and he said, You know, and when he was talking, I told him what it was and stuff. He was like, I always been curious. I always wanted to try it.
Wow.
Me and my girlfriend went came here the first time we met these two boys. And, you know, they said, you know what we like, y'all? He said, because, you know, a lot of females, they just come outside, they just, you know, throw a scarf on their butt, like a transgender, make sure that she always got her hair done and her face beat and all that other stuff. And they like that, you know, a man love a fantasy of feeling like they was something like bad and pretty and always done up and stuff, you know. And most strangers will go after that model/video vixen look and stuff like that, where females, you know, females have babies and stuff like that. And, you know, sometimes a female can let herself go. A transgender can let herself go too, but I feel like a lot of men are just simple. They are gay. And I speak the truth. And females don't like it because I speak the truth. But I could sit here and kept quiet, but no, they need to know the truth. I have sisters, cousins, and all that.
So what made you want to now come tell the truth? I think so. To the other side of that with the women is, well, why she wait till now?
Well, I'll be honest. You know, in our town, we have a lot of transgenders and gay men, and you know, some are more popular than others. So when it came to me, nobody would ever expect Shakira would have been one. But it's not the first time I have exposed. I have exposed before. If a boy did something else, that's when he crossed me or did anything, I exposed, right? I woke up that day, and honestly, I was addressing someone else.
Okay.
And it came out. It just started coming out. Why? I don't know. But I felt like it had to come out. I was tired. I was tired of us being bashed. I was tired of us continuing to have to play second. When these guys tell us, oh, they really want to be with us, but due to society image, and they have to impress society, that they have to keep a female, just because they, in this world, we was told, if you have a man should date a woman, right?
Right.
And if a man date another man, he's gay, that's a sin, that's against the law, against the, whatever the case might be. But, so he keep him a girlfriend, but he's constantly sleeping with us. I have guys that will come 3 or 4 times a week just because they want me. They or have a wife and things like that. So what I'm learning, like my thing is, why I can't be your wife? Why I can't be in that relationship with you? Oh, why? Because she can have kids, and this is what society want to see you with a woman. So this is who you go take the pictures with, and this is who you want to be seen in public with. But at nighttime and stuff, you want to come and creep with me, or behind closed doors and all this other stuff. So enough was enough. Too many of us continue to play that role. And I just felt like, no, we shouldn't have to play that role. Because if you say you look at us as a woman and you love us and stuff, then you shouldn't be mind being seen in the public with us.
So then everything wasn't just you playing. You actually caught feelings at some point.
It's some guys that I did catch one. I'm a human being.
Right.
So you know, I'm not going to say every guy that I messed with was about money. Some guys that I messed with, I liked.
Clear it up.
And you know, so I want to clear it up. Some guys that I like, we started off messaging and we got to know each other and we was having an affair. It could have been a guy that I always wanted in the town, and that, like, you know, it happened, you know. And I always used to say, I used to be like, oh my gosh, to remember I was one of this person. And then when it really happened, people are like, oh my God, it really happened. So you know, sometimes your feelings do get involved, and then this person sit and you know they play you or they lie to you and things like that. You react.
Listen, I've been there. I've reacted before.
Right. So
some stuff
everybody,
up.
some people tear things up.
Tear it up.
With me, what's the better way to get you? Put you out there. You hurt me. You made me feel loved. You made me look stupid. So I want you to feel the same way I felt.
Wow, that's deep. Listen, y'all. It's the Crystal Feliciano show. We're here with Shakira. Been bad. Listen, I'm going to ask her one more quick question. We're going to take one more quick break, and then we're going to come back and wrap this up. This is hot. This is hot, hot, hot. So now, in saying all of that, is there anyone or any time that you have exposed that you actually felt bad about? If you could take it back, would you take it back? Or are you good with everything and how it went and what it was and everything that was said?
I wouldn't take any of it back. I'm not going to say, it was one that I felt bad for.
Okay.
And I felt bad because this person wanted to hurt herself, supposedly. But then I thought about it. It's like, I'm going to be honest, because one thing about me, I say men lie, women lie, but been bad too. It was a couple that I felt bad for.
Okay.
Because I was like, you know, they really didn't, like, threaten me or treat me bad for me and expose them. So maybe I should have kept their secret. But then I thought about it. Why would I keep their secret? and continue to cover up for them and continue and then put the other ones out. No. And still to this day, I kept my mouth closed about a lot of other names that I could have said. And not because I was scared, it's because, like, you know, after a while, like, I don't want nobody's death to be on my hands. But why do I have to keep covering up? So I wouldn't change it at all, and I'm not going to take it back because at the end of the day, everybody in this town have a right. Our town is high on the HIV list. And the reason why we are high, because of things like this that's going on. He's sleeping with her, sleeping with him sleeping with her. It's just a big circle. So no, I wouldn't take any of it back.
Okay. And to that point, before we go to break, when you have sex with the people, do you always use protection?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say always. It was times that it was a guy that I was probably, you know, been probably creeping with for like a year or whatever, and we probably got to the point where we wasn't using condoms no more. You know, we was
Was
not
there
dating.
anyone in a relationship that had a wife and kids that you messed with unprotected?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, and this is why people need to know. And this is nothing against you or anybody else.
And that's why I wish I explained to them.
Yeah,
just because I'm negative, HIV negative, it's
Right.
something that's not out there.
That's right.
And I just spoke to on my live where when I was in Philly, there's a couple of the girls that I know that have HIV. And they get in the car with these married men, these men that have girlfriends and all this other stuff, and sleep with these men. And they don't tell these men is the status. We have some in Trenton like that. And next thing you know, this man is bringing you home an STD and disease. Why would you not want to know what's going on out here? Why would you not want to know that this man is out here cheating on you?
That's right.
So any woman that's mad at me is a fake ass woman. And excuse my language, and the reason why I say that, because why would you be mad at me for trying to help and save you? Why would you be mad at me for letting you know this is what's going on, and you won't make that, you will be careful so you won't catch a disease, or that, you know, anything could happen. That's why. And so any woman that's mad is really stupid and dumb.
I think too, with that, as women, we know, we feel, you get the signs when something is going on. I'm sure it's meant to
It's
women.
a lot of signs.
So you get the signs. But I think the shock comes to find out that it's not, you know, Shakira the female on the other end of it. It's Shakira the transgender on the other end. And so now you done shook the whole house up, because it's like, now what we going to do with this?
And I don't feel bad for putting this town in a frenzy. You know why? Because for so long, men have been exposing women. For so long, leaking their pictures, leaking their sex tapes. So now it's time for these guys to feel the same pressure that they made females feel. A couple years ago, when they decided to try to embarrass me and put a picture of me up and stuff, nobody felt how Shakira felt. They didn't care about if I was going to kill myself. They didn't care about none of that. So why should now, because it's happening to these guys, that I should care? Because they didn't care about me. You do things in the dark, it comes to the light. And that's just that. Period.
Listen, y'all, it's the Crystal Feliciano Show. I'm here tonight live with Shakira Been Bad herself. We in Newark, New Jersey.
Shout out to
putting
Newark.
it down. Yes, shout out Brick City in the house tonight. Listen, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up. It's been hot tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be right back.
I am not a bad man, but I was always gonna be who I am.
Hey everybody, it's me, Crystal Feliciano. It's the Crystal Feliciano Show, and we've been talking with Shakira Benbad for the past hour. Listen to me. You have certainly given us a lot to think about. I know that some people may have thought one thing initially when Benbad came out. I'm sure those perceptions have changed. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to get down to the heart of the matter. So now that you've gone from being, who you were to who you are now, and everybody's hitting you up on these social media platforms and everything, how's that feel? Like, what is that like? I mean, what?
I mean, everything happened overnight, like after that interview, it went viral, basically. It went to Power 99 and things like that, and it made other people start reaching out to me and wanting to interview me and things like that. That's before even the Cassidy situation. It's before that. So, for me, it's still new to me, and I'm still getting used to it. When people call in now and people are like, oh, I want to interview you, I want you to do a club appearance and things like that. So it's like, it's all new, because out of everything, this is not what I was going for. It wasn't to be famous and stuff like that. So it was I was just on my live being me, speaking my truth. Yeah. And it just happened to go viral, So now I'm in a situation, I'm not just going to let it go by me. I want to take advantage of the situation. Who's not? Why would I not? Right. At the end of the day, this is my life. And at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure that my future is secure, period. And if, I'm going to make sure that my family's okay.
Right. Okay. And so some would say that you're doing this for money. What do you say about that?
Well, anybody that really know me, like my family and friends, I've been getting money. I've been getting money. I said I was an escort. Did I tell them that?
That's obvious.
So I've been getting money. So it wasn't about money. It was times that I can go to a certain city and come back with thousands and thousands of dollars. I have done it. Everybody that know me and been around me would tell you that. So it's not about no money. At the end of the day, it's just happening now. When come fame, come money. So the money offers and stuff are going to come my way. And I'm not no dummy. I'm going to sign that dotted line, honey, and accept that money. So at the end of the day, it's a blessing for me, because you know why? I don't have to do escorting no more. Okay. So I have. So anybody that say it was for money, it's not for money. Because at the end of the day, my first interview for Cassidy, I did that for free. I could have sold that story to TMZ or anybody else. I didn't do that. So it couldn't be that much for money.
Right. That's true. Okay. And I like what you said. You know what? You took it, you said, I don't have to escort anymore. I'm chilling, I'm doing my thing. So big ups for that. You know what I'm saying? You're doing what you're doing. So now you just said the magic word, because I got my shirt that says it right across there. So let's talk about it. So you have a clothing line that you have. Talk about that.
Yeah, so I had just released my t-shirt line that did very well. All my shirts was,
I have a shirt.
Yes, my Benbads came, they got their shirts. This weekend, my hoodie and my headline drop. Okay. So that's dropping this weekend. I have a book that's coming out in November. Okay. I'm actually have a song that I've been recording, so we're hoping to drop that this weekend. Not this weekend, next week.
So you sing too?
I rap.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Can you spit something real quick? You got something? You do bars? What you got? You got something?
I always do the same ones.
Go ahead, what you got?
Nah. Oh my God. But you've been on, if people that been watching me on Instagram and stuff, y'all know I like to just play around and stuff. Yeah. But I know that the song that I have coming out, it's just basically, I just know that a lot of people gonna love it. And it's just, what started my platform.
Okay, so. That's what's up. So if people want to get in contact with you, how do they do that?
Well, for emails, they can email me at Shakira@benbadspills.com.
How you spelling Shakira?
SHAKIRYA @benbadspills.com. They can also hit me up on Instagram at Shakira_Benbad1, and they can also hit me on Facebook as Kaleem R. Smith, CALEAM R. Smith.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen, is there any closing thought that you'd like to leave us with here tonight?
I want all my Benbads to know that I thank them for their support. I thank them for riding with me through this all, for not giving up. When times that I wanted to give up, they encouraged me to keep on going. Don't give up. Speak your truth. I'm going to continue to speak my truth. I will not be silent. They will not keep me silent. They will not stop me for putting whatever I want to put out there, because I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to continue to do it for every LGBT, every female in this town, that in this world, that want to know the truth. I'm continuing to speak my truth. I'm continuing to use my platform to do what I've been doing. Don't matter what deals and stuff come to me. I'm not going to let nobody change who I am and stop me from doing that, because it wasn't for my bin bags, I wouldn't be going in the direction that I'm going and getting to where I'm going. And it felt good to finally have people that want to know the truth and believe in me and that support in me and that love me, because you know that love and stuff I didn't get from my dad's side of the family. I get that from my bin bags. I have bin bags that inbox me and reach out to me and make me know that they are here for me, and they give me good advice and show me that they love me. Those are my real bin bags, the ones that I know that want to see the good, that don't just care about the drama and who being exposed. But the ones that say, you know what, I'm going to come and buy 4 shirts. Even if I don't have their size, they still buy them, because that's what real support is. Or the ones that call me and say, I know you're having a bad day, but let me give you some good advice. Like I have one, Miss Valerie, like this lady always, every day.
Birthday.
Yeah, it was her
And
birthday. And to see her joy and happiness just to meet me. I'm just somebody from Trenton, New Jersey. And you know, she's like older than me and stuff. But the fact that I know I can affect people's lives like that means a lot to me. Because I wish I had somebody that was able to do that for me. So I'm continue to be me.
All right, that's deep.
Or they stupid or they dumb.
Hey, listen, y'all. Listen. First, I want to say thank you so much. Like I said, I know you've had a busy day. I've had a busy day.
No, I thank you too for reaching out to me, and I think that this was perfect. I think that this helped the world to see a different me.
Listen, that's what we do. People were skeptical when I said that we were doing this. It was but for those that really know me, they knew that this is exactly what it was going to be, because we're all about pushing the positive message forward. There's good in everybody. Who are we to judge? Sometimes things happen and life is what it is, but it's what we do from here that matters, right? And we look to move forward and to do good things. Everybody, listen, it's been the Crystal Feliciano Show. Shout out to my wonderful, wonderful guest, Shakira Bimbaz. Shout out to all of you for tuning in and listening, right? And we bid you all a good night. Farewell until the next time. We out.